There's definitely a difference in different prisons. I started out my prison bid in Oakland, California, or just outside of Oakland. It was called Dublin. And it was an FCI prison, and it was an older prison. I heard it was like 100 years old. I know it was old just by the when you got to the prison, you could tell. But also, it had been a co-ed prison, so that also tells you how old it is. And I know that people used to be able to smoke there. It's been a long time since people have been able to smoke in prison. And there was this story about the prison that, so the way the prison works is that there's different buildings and it's a great big compound. And in the center of the compound, there was this area that was supposed to be lawn, but they quit watering it, so it's just kind of like dead. But all the buildings surrounded this area. And I've heard that there was a helicopter like in the 70s that somebody escaped by having a helicopter land and pick them up. And so now it was a no-fly zone, and they even put like wires over the prison on the top of the prison. So that was, I don't know if that story is true or not. Anyone out there that knows, let me know. But I did about a year at that prison. I was blogging about the prison. There was all kinds of problems there. They put me in the SHU, and then I was shipped all over to different facilities, and I ended up landing in Waseca, Minnesota. Now, the thing about Waseca, I remember when I got there and I thought, what is this? Some kind of prison paradise? Because it had grass. First of all, it had grass, and it was actually like a pretty clean, nice prison. So I didn't expect the prison to look that way, because in Dublin, it was older. Just everything was older. The rooms were older, the showers were older. I guess Waseca wasn't brand new or anything, but it just seemed a little bit more taken care of, a lot more taken care of. But yeah, I remember talking to guys on the bus. When you're being transferred around, and it happens a lot in the federal system, it's miserable. You're chained, you're shackled, you go for days on buses and planes and sitting in different facilities along the way. And I remember talking to this guy, and he said his name was Keyshawn, and he said, prison is home to me. I can't wait till I get to my prison. He was doing 45 years. He was from DC, and he was gang involved, and somebody got shot, just a young kid, and he just said he was looking forward to getting back to his prison home.